Phillies against the Florida Marlins. 2K Sports presents MLB 2K11.
Joe Blanton looking to bring it. He's going to make the start in our ballgame. We'll see the Florida Marlins, the National League East matchup, and it looks to be exciting. Welcome to Major League Baseball. Gary Thorne with Steve Phillips and John Clark. 2K Sports right here on this Friday afternoon. And our starting pitcher today, Chris Volstad. And as he gets into this Philadelphia lineup, Steve, strategy-wise?
They got a pretty good right-hander on the mound in this one, but facing this amazing offensive team. So he's got his work cut out for him a little bit, which means he really needs to work ahead in the count. If he falls behind, this is a lineup that can make him pay. He's going to have to be on top of his game to come away with the W.
Get a chance to look at what Charlie Manuel's thinking lineup-wise. Thoughts, John? Anybody stand out?
Well, a guy who's a former MVP and Jimmy Rollins is a guy that stands out for you. One, because he plays the shortstop position, and he's very athletic and gifted at that position. But what he can do, too, is he's a guy at the top of the order that can hit a lot of triples. And when he does that and he's putting the ball in play and getting on base, his team usually wins.
Play ball!
Fastball just misses, 1-0. Over his career, going .291 off the Marlins. The 1-0 pitch. And a swing and a miss by Rollins. Count is knotted up. Outside for a ball, and it's 2-1.
They went with the big curveball off the plate, trying to get him to reach for it, but he lays off.
And here's the pitch. And a swing and a hit by Rollins. And he's on. First batter up. That could be a good sign offensively. And he'll stop at second base, and it will be a double.
But you can't ask for a better way to start the inning. A leadoff double. Now big things can happen.
RBI chance. Placido Polanco would like to make contact. Base runner at second with nobody out.
Ball.
First pitch fastball misses badly that time. 1-0. Ready with a 1-0. And Polanco is swinging a miss. That'll even up the count with that strike. He's hitting .333 lifetime off Chris Volstad. Here it comes.
Ball.
That one's low, and Polanco does not go after it. The 2-1 pitch.
Ball.
Now Polanco with a 3-1 count. He's in charge.
When you throw a breaking ball like this, you want to start it on the corner and break it off the zone, trying to get the hitter to chase. The hitter didn't take the bait here.
Checks him at second. Swung on, liner to right. And that's going to be a base hit for Polanco. And here's Rollins heading home. Out at the plate. And we got a brief moment to show you how Florida will shape up defensively. John, who's a factor for them?
Well, anytime Mike Stanton's on a baseball field, you will stand up and take notice. A gifted athlete, 6'5", former football player. This guy can do a lot of things. Very athletic, very great arm, a strong throwing arm. Sometimes accuracy is a problem, but I tell you, Mike Stanton's one of the best you'll see in the game of baseball.
And it's Chase Utley now.
Well, in 2010, the Phillies beat the Marlins by 17 games, and a big part of that came in the head-to-head matchup.
Swings and misses. The good change right there. 0-1. Pretty dramatic difference in the 09-010 records against Philadelphia. 5-13 after 9 wins in 09.
Now remember, Roy Halladay had that perfect game against the Marlins as well last year.
Hit in the air to left center. This one to Morrison. As he gets to it for the out. And that'll give Ryan Howard the chance with a runner on. 23 career ABs and 11 hits off Volstad. Here's the pitch. Took something off, and it swung on and missed. 0-1.
Now, Gary, 0-1 count. I'm looking for him to come right back with that fastball.
Smashes that one towards the shortstop. And it's caught by Ramirez. They pick up no runs on 2 hits and strand 1. Bottom half coming up, Florida Marlins. And we'll get to see Joe Blanton pitching. He gets settled in for Philadelphia. Steve, what do you think the strategy is going to be against Florida today?
Joe Blanton, a veteran, he's a pitcher, a guy that knows how to use his stuff. Nothing really overpowering. He relies upon that big break and curveball to keep hitters off balance. And then when you look for that, he's got a slider to break one down in the dirt as well.
At the belt, Blanton kicks and throws. That's a foul ball. A swing line to left center. Well, that's a good start. First batter, first hit. He's trying for second. Get to take a look at one here that probably should have ended at first base.
Well, he had the burners on coming out of the batter's box and rounding first base. Great aggressiveness on his part. He didn't let up, and he gets in safely.
No indecision when he got to first base.
That's how you get in safely to second.
Here's the lineup for the Marlins. Scouting Big John, who are we looking at today?
Well, I love athletic players, Gary, and Hanley Ramirez is one of the most athletic in the National League. He can do a lot of things on a baseball field. He's so exciting to watch how he can change the game with his legs and his bat.
Runner at second is Coughlin. And the pitch from Blanton, low for a ball.
Well, the batters can expect to see his bread and butter, that cutter today, Gary. A lot of guys are going to commit early. They've got to try to get a read and keep that pitch over the plate.
The 1-0 now. Cutter just off the black, and he falls behind 2-0. And the movement, Steve, on that cutter you were talking about is unusually good. Good for a strikeout pitch.
Well, it's very tough for the hitter to center that pitch. And this guy can get a lot of broken bats.
Cutter just misses, and he runs it to 3-0.
Well, this is awful right here. He's falling behind this hitter 3-0. Let's see if he can come back to get him.
Infante hits it on the ground. Utley fields it. So Infante is retired. And here's the defensive alignment for the Phillies. So John, thoughts on the fielders here?
Well, you're watching a game, you watch an outfielder and his first step, and Shane Victorino has one of the best first steps in baseball. Gets great jumps on the ball, and that's why he can track a lot of balls down in the gap and keep hitters off base and help his pitching staff.
Hanley Ramirez, runner at third, 1 out.
4 straight years, Phillies National League East champions, and it shouldn't be any surprise why. Win within your division, and you can win your division, and that's what they've done.
And Blanton throws one outside for a ball. Phillies just seem to play up to their competition level because that 44-28 record against the East is against some tough teams.
Well, you know what? 12-6 against the Nationals, 13-5 against the Marlins. So that's really where they made the spread in their record in that division. Then you play okay against the other better teams. So the Phillies have figured out the right formula.
And Mike Stanton will be looking to drive in one here.
Well, Jason Hayward and Buster Posey gathered most of the fanfare for rookies in Major League Baseball, but Mike Stanton put together a pretty strong year himself in his rookie campaign in 2010.
Runners at first and third, one away. He delivers. Cutter just misses, 1-0. Well, guys, as John was talking about, Stanton's got the power, and he's one of those modern-day power hitters. He's going to have a lot of Ks, and you're just going to have to live with that to get the home runs.
Well, 22 home runs in 100 games, but I think it's going to be interesting to see how pitchers make an adjustment to him this season, whether or not he can make an adjustment as well and make more contact.
Swings, hits this one pretty well, deep right center. Out number 2. Runners on the move. They score the run. He throws.
A big-time hitter at the plate, and you know what? He didn't get the base hit, but he was able to pick up a run, a productive out. That's what good teams do.
And Gabby Sanchez will stand in, 2 away. What we're seeing here is just a great push. Been able to jump out in front here in this ball game. You'll have to get the other team down early.
And Gary, you can never underestimate the importance of an early lead. It can allow the pitcher to go right at the hitters and pitch with confidence.
And he watches a cut fastball to start the at-bat for strike 1. And it doesn't hurt to get that starter to throw a few pitches either.
Well, he's going to need to settle down a little bit here so he can stick around later in the game.
Swung on and ripped towards second. Throws to first, side is retired. Nice way to get things started in this one. Florida is ahead 1-0. And it's Raul Ibanez at the plate. A 16-year veteran, if you can believe that. Here's the delivery. Fastball misses away, 1-0. 10 for 19 lifetime off Chris Volstad. Here's the 1-0. 1-0 pitch. A changeup stays outside, 2-0.
Well, you got to like the way he's changing speed and mixing up his pitches. He just missed, though, with that changeup down and away.
And that's a ball, 3-0. Dangerous hitter if he can swing away here.
Well, he has to just settle down, concentrate on this next pitch. You get behind 3-0, you don't want to walk the leadoff hitter. Throw a quality strike right here and see what happens.
That one fouled off by Ibanez. Line towards second. Infante feels it. And that'll set down Ibanez. And it's Shane Victorino at the plate.
Well, the Marlins showed in 2010 they can battle with the best teams in the National League East. They couldn't separate themselves, but they were right there with everybody else.
Base is empty, 1 out. Curveball just misses, 1-0. Marlins against the East. That's where they've got to win. They were 2 above 500.
It's interesting, though. They beat up on the Nationals, beat up on the Mets, but they lost 11 out of 18 games against the Braves and 13 out of 18 against the Phillies.
The 1-0 pitch. Fastball just misses, and he falls behind, 2-0.
Well, guys, the Philadelphia Phillies would love to see Shane Victorino's average climb more toward the 300 mark than the 259 he hit in 2010. If he does, he'll score more runs. But give him a lot of credit, though. When they got Placido Polanco, Victorino moved from the second spot in the lineup to the 6th and 7th spot. A tough adjustment for any player.
So Victorino is retired. And we're going to see Brown here. Two outs and nobody on. Fastball too low. 1-0.
Well, he missed with the first pitch, so I'm betting he's going to come back with the fastball right here as he's done in the past.
Pitch on the way. 1-0 is a fastball that runs away. 2-0. Buries that one in there at the knees. 2-1.
Well, this guy's prepared on the mound. He knows what the reports indicate. He knows this 2-1 count is a critical juncture in this at-bat. Look for him to go to some junk.
Dominic Brown swings, no contact, even count.
Well, just because he's a fastball hitter doesn't mean you can't throw him a fastball. Strength on strength right there, and the pitcher came out ahead.
Here's a swing and a ground ball. Infante fields it. Throws on to first. Side is retired. And they're unable to make any noise here in this half inning. And the Phillies just can't get that offense going. Boy, it is wonderful Florida weather here. This is Sun Life Stadium, the home of the Marlins. There's a smash towards the hole. And he'll step on first for out number 1. And it's Buck batting. One out, bases empty. At the belt, Blanton kicks and throws. Starts him out with a cut fastball for a strike.
Well, if he can throw this cutter down and away like this, he's going to be very effective. That's an outstanding pitch.
He deals. This one swung on, hit down the line and right. Brown's there. No problem for him. That's an easy out.
Now he covers a lot of ground out there, able to range to his left and pull this one in near the line.
And we've got Bonifacio batting. His career average, an even 300 against Joe Blanton. Base is empty with 2 outs. Swing and a miss on the cutter. 0-1. Ugly pitch. Catcher able to somehow scoop that out. The 1-1. And this is bounced foul to the left side. The 1-2 from Blanton. Outside, 2-2 now. Here's the 2-2 pitch. A swing and a fly ball to left center field. And Ibanez is there. That'll do it as they put that one away. And so out of the inning, only 8 pitches thrown. That's pretty efficient. And it'll be the Phillies. We'll get a look at that leadoff hitter due up here in the inning. And if you are just coming on board, Gary Thorne, Steve Phillips, John Kruk, as we bring you Major League Baseball here on 2K Sports. Fastball runs inside, 1-0.
Well, a good pitch right there. He tried to get one in on his hands, but he just missed, though, in off the plate. Great pitch.
Swung on, hit in the air to right center. And it's going to be Stanton as he gets a little exercise that time.
This looked like it had a chance to drop, but the right fielder's hustle allowed him to get over, get underneath, and make the out. Well, not hard to understand this one, Gary. You're going to bring in the pinch hitter for the pitcher. Hopefully a guy who can come up with a big hit.
Base is empty with 1 away. That swung on and flied to right. And he gets to it and puts it away.
Well, Gary, he's pitching well right now. I mean, that's 7 straight that he's retired. He is really locked in. Well, you have to figure coming in off the bench a little bit, you want to see a pitch or two, but when you get it, you got to be aggressive. See if you can do something to get on base and get a rally started.
2 outs, base is empty. Now Buck spots the pitch. Hit up the middle. Oh, avoided the path of that ball. That was right up the middle. Was that ever close? And on to first for out number 3, and that's going to do it.
Well, they treated their hometown crowd to a phenomenal pitching performance in this one. A big win on the shoulders of their pitchers.
Would like now to take a look at our player of the game. Let's make a pick.
Well, any starting pitcher will tell you that the last thing he wants to ever have to do is to turn the game over to the bullpen. They like to finish what they start, and that's exactly what he did today. He had all his pitches working, and he had complete command of the strike zone out there. He kept his lineup in check the entire game and finished it strong.
And Steve, that ought to send these folks home happy.
Oh, no question about it. They get the win in a close game, a lot of excitement and enthusiasm, and ready for the next one.
So glad you could join us. For Steve Phillips and John Kruk, I'm Gary Thorne. We'll see you real soon.